Greetings everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all keeping well and that you're excited for the lockdown to end soon, because I know I certainly am. For anyone new here, my aim is to educate and inform people about property related topics. So if that tickles your fancy, then definitely consider subscribing to keep up to date with my new videos, and hit that like button to help me get my content out to more people. After posting my video talking about how much do estate agents make, I've got a few requests asking to do similar videos for lettings people. The younger and less desirable little brother of sales negotiators. Or is it? Watch to the end to find out. Firstly, a lettings agent typically refers to the entry-level person in a lettings agency that will pick up the phone, question you about your criteria, offers you something completely out of your price range in the hopes that you put an offer in on the property just because they tell you it's a great deal and that it's close to a station. These people are called lettings negotiators, and it's a very similar role to an estate agent, but a lot more fast-paced. Unlike the sales world, you don't get a chance to learn a great deal about property in the same way, which kind of limits your career development, but don't get me wrong, lettings can be a very rewarding career. Like any property sales related job, it's usually 6 days a week, the hours are long, and the environment can be very toxic because you're often fighting with your colleagues for leads to secure some quick lets. Some like to call this competitive spirit. Now, let's get into the juicy stuff. Starting off as the lettings negotiator, just like a sales negotiator, you'll have something called a basic salary. This will be usually quite low if you have no prior experience, probably anywhere from about £12,000 to £14,000 a year, and about £16,000 to £17,000 a year if you have about 2 years of experience, but this will depend on where you are in the country and which company you work for. I've never directly worked in lettings, but when I was an estate agent, everyone used to talk, so I've got a good idea. On top of your salary, you also get commission for every property that you let out. Commission is usually paid the month after the move-in date. So if a person moves in March, you'll get paid that commission in April. Comparing this with sales where commission could be months down the line, this is actually very fast-paced and quick paying. And essentially it's low commission per unit let, but high volume. The commission is different to sales because the fee structure to the office is different. Unlike sales where there is a fee as a percent of the property price, in lettings there are two different fees the office could get depending on their clients. A landlord who wants to rent out their property through an agency will usually have two options. There is the let-only option, which means they pay for the agency to find a tenant and organise the move-in, and then the landlord does the rest. And there is the fully managed option, where they pay for the agency for collecting the rent and dealing with any issues that may arise, whilst the landlord lays on the beach sipping margaritas all day. Let-only options are less expensive because they require less work and typically range anywhere from about 5 to 9% of the monthly rent. Fully managed options can range anywhere from about 10 to 16% depending on the agency. If we take a rent of £1,400 a month, a standard 1-year contract, a 7% let-only fee, then the income to the office would be £1,176. A lettings negotiator would usually make about 10% commission of the fee to the office, which in this case is about £117. But if we take the same property but assume it's fully managed at a fee of 14%, then the fee to the office increases to £2,352, which means the lettings negotiator gets about £235 of commission. This is a huge incentive for lettings negotiators and makes them super happy when an office gets a property on their books that is fully managed, because they'll get more money for an equivalent let. The upside in lettings compared to sales is that there's usually more demand for rented properties, especially in expensive areas such as London, where it will take approximately 350 million years to save up a deposit to buy a house. This high demand means that lettings negotiators are usually targeted quite brutally in a corporate environment, with numbers ranging from about 8 to 12 lets a month. Let's assume you have a basic salary of £15,000 a year. If you were to consistently let 6 properties a month from day one at an average rent of £1,300 a month with an average office fee of about 11%, then your yearly salary would be about £27,355. Now, let's say that you've taken to it like a fish to water and you manage to consistently let about 10 properties a month at an average rent of £1,400 a month with an average office fee of 12%. You would have a yearly salary of around £39,200. So, obviously a sizable increase and very doable. And that's how versatile lettings can be. And don't get me started on luxury property. Imagine the amount of money you would get if you were to let a few high-valued mansions in there that are worth about £20,000 a month. If you're watching this and you're a lettings agent, don't be shy, put down the highest valued let you've done in the comments below and let's compare. To be a good lettings negotiator, you need to have the following traits: attention to detail, be money driven, ability to extract key facts from a person, be a good judge of character, proactive, motivated, and hardworking. To summarize, if you're in London and you're making about £30,000 a year as a lettings negotiator, I'd say you're doing well. And if you're getting above £45,000 a year, you're doing extremely well. In rare cases, I've heard of lettings negotiators doing in excess of £80,000 a year, but they're the type of people that can talk you into getting the latest Samsung Galaxy, even though you've just bought the newest iPhone. And that sums up my video. I hope that kind of explained how letting salaries work, but as I mentioned in the estate agent video, it's unlikely to make you rich, but you can definitely have a rewarding career. If you do want to get into the world of property, I would say sales is probably a better stepping stone in terms of knowledge about property in general. If you like the video, definitely hit that like button and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my new videos. Also, if you want me to cover any other property related salary videos in the future, let me know in the comments below and I'll make a list of them and I'll slowly kind of work on those as well. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.